Hey, we are back with another Gen 6 Wi-Fi battle. Today we are taking on Powers, and judging by the look of his team, it's actually pretty interesting. So, let's find out how this battle goes. I don't know if Powers has a YouTube channel, but if he does, I will post a link in the description to let everyone know. And this is going to be another battle that's going to be really fun. Not to mention it's in higher quality. So let us begin. He starts off with a shiny Blissey. I start off with my Chansey, and it's like two things seeing at the same time. However, I noticed right away that Blissey has set up the rocks. Not a good sign. I, meanwhile, went for the Thunder Wave, and I don't know if it was a good idea or not because Chansey and Blissey both have Natural Cure. And I go for a Seismic Toss, hoping to do like 50 damage, but you know how high Blissey's HP can be? Very high, and it's going to be very long. And it's going to take me a while before I can take down that giant blob of bliss. He goes for a Thunder Wave and he paralyzes me. And yes, this thing actually has leftovers. Most Blisseys nowadays mostly have Rocky Helmet. So I need to make a switch since I can use Natural Cure to kick in. And I go into my Ferrothorn. And my Ferrothorn hopefully will set up hazards of its own. And knowing my opponent, I'm thinking he may switch, but he didn't. He actually gets the Parax, which is a good thing. Now it's a battle of attrition and patience, which most of the time, some trainers don't even have. So, he actually makes a switch, and he sends in Tristan the Talonflame. And I should have sent out Ferrothorn before then, though if I did, it would have gave me a bigger advantage. Though you're going to see in the next battle how bad of an advantage that would turn out to be. I switch into my Arcanine, a Pokemon that has never let me down. Ever. I don't kid. And he instead actually goes for a Brave Bird. He thought that I was going to like stay in to withstand the Flare Blitz, but he pretty much didn't, and he actually went for the Brave Bird and took down my Arcanine. Yeah, I don't know if it was a good or bad prediction, but I think we actually both made some strong predictions there. So, I bring out my Chansey once again, and he decides instead to go for a Brave Bird once more. Though now it's a matter of not only attrition, but just trying to stall for time. Because judging by how much recoil he suffered, I'm going to end up suffering a lot worse. I go for a Seismic Toss, which personally was a bad idea. It was a bad idea because I should have went for Soft Boil just to heal up, and now I'm going to end up paying the price for it. Badly. And my Chansey goes down. Not that it matters because Talonflame finally goes down. Yeah, due to recoil. I felt pretty bad about it. I could have made some different moves or anything like that, just at least to keep it surviving. But sadly, that won't make much of a difference. Now he sends in Aegislash, nicknamed Edgeworth, and I send in my Electivire, sorry. And now we both suffer from Stealth Rock damage, but he actually makes a switch. And I wondered to myself what he's going to send out next. Well, he sends in Rick the Hydreigon. I'm thinking, damn, he predicted my Earthquake, and thanks to Levitate, it didn't work. That and Rick is actually faster than my Electivire, so I suffer from a full-fledged Draco Meteor attack. That hurt like major hell, and that ends up destroying my Electivire. Although the good news is he suffers a special attack drop that drops by 2 levels. And he also has a Life Orb, which means I'm going to have to be running on borrowed time. I got to make every move count here. So, I'm sending in my Greninja. I'm not wasting any time. I'm just going to go straight for the Ice Beam, because the Ice Beam is the best attack I've got against a Dragon type like this. Though if I had Alakazam, a Dazzling Gleam would also work wonders. Ice Beam did its job, and it took down Hydreigon, so I'm happy with that. Now, he now sends in his Blissey once again, and that Blissey is going to be a tank full of crap. I mean, it's a tank of hell. Though its HP is like through the roof, its defenses are not so much. But his special defenses, he can actually withstand a lot. He goes for a Thunder Wave, and that slows down my Greninja, so now I'm put at a disadvantage. One of my more faster Pokemon is going to be slowed down as a result. And without my Chansey to help me, I'm really in a bind. He now decides to go for Seismic Toss, which does 50 damage. It's going to take 3 Seismic Tosses just to get rid of it. So in the meantime, I just go in for a Surf, and I have to dish out as much damage to that Blissey as possible. Yeah, I know it also has Soft Boiled, but I have to strike hard. I have to strike fast before that thing gives me hell. And believe me, it's going to give me a lot of hell. So I have to make a switch. I have to send in my Ferrothorn. And I'm thinking that Ferrothorn would be a good idea since he most likely is going to dish out physical attacks. And I predicted right. He actually goes for a Seismic Toss, which does 50 damage. And that's when I literally have fun with it, because he gets hit not only by the iron barbs, but also damage from the rocky helmet. That does a lot of pain. And I'm going to need to dish out pain to that giant blob eventually. That Blissey is annoying. More annoying than Chansey, and Chanseys are always annoying because of Violite. Yeah, because of Violite. So he goes in for another seismic toss, unaware that he's still suffering more damage from, I believe, the rocky helmet and the iron barbs. Basically, it just takes one well-timed move to take it down. And I actually use, I think, Gyro Ball, and surprisingly, Gyro Ball did not kill it. I am serious. Gyro Ball did not kill that thing. But the next seismic toss pretty much is going to seal the deal. And that's going to pretty much take down the Blissey due to the recoil that he suffers from using physical attacks. Important thing to know, when you're up against a Ferrothorn, don't use attacks that have like direct contact, because you're going to suffer from it the same way that Blissey did. I go for the Gyro Ball, and that didn't work. And now he sends in Von Karma, the Mawile. I'm thinking, what the heck? You know what my mind was thinking? I'm thinking this guy who has like all these different Pokemon nicknamed after Ace Attorney characters. That just basically sums it up. He goes for the Play Rough, and that takes down my Ferrothorn. And now that I'm at a somewhat disadvantage, I'm in trouble. But despite that, though, he does suffer recoil damage from Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet. Good job, Ferrothorn. You did save my butt more than once, but sadly it isn't enough. So, he now sends in, I send in Alakazam, and despite suffering self-rack damage, I'm not taking any chances. He actually makes a switch, and it's actually a pretty good switch. He switches into Edgeworth, the Aegislash. And I decided to just dig in and just Mega Evolve it. However, I have a funny feeling that I kind of made a mistake. I don't know why, but I just did. I should have given my Alakazam Shadow Ball, because Shadow Ball would at least help fight back. But unfortunately, I used the Focus Blast, and he actually makes a good prediction. He goes for the King Shield, which basically serves as a special exclusive protect for Aegislash, and he protects the attack well. I instead go for a Psychic, and that doesn't really do much. Now he's gonna, he does suffer the special defense drop, which is good, and he gets up a Swords Dance ready, and this guy's just gonna sweep the rest of the way. That thing is gonna be bad news for me. That my luck's about to run out. It really is about to run out soon, because despite me unleashing another Psychic attack that does damage, it isn't enough. And now he goes straight into Blade form and use Sacred Sword. Though I don't think Sacred Sword's going to be... Yeah, Sacred Sword isn't effective, but it does enough damage to get a crit and takes down my Mega Alakazam. Now I'm in deep trouble, so I send in my Greninja, which sadly isn't going to do me much either, because thanks to the Parahacks, I suffer like a load of down, like a slowdown. Yeah, I apologize. It's been a while since I've been doing this, but what the hey. He sends in now his Haxorus. Yeah, I didn't expect a dragon type like Haxorus to show up, and he breaks the mold too, which makes the situation work. And I get the Parahacks, and that just sucks. It doesn't really matter though, because he goes for an Earthquake, and that's it. I apologize if I keep saying it doesn't matter over and over and over again, but I guess it's a habit. Thanks for the match, Powers. You prove out to be a pretty good opponent. Today's question of the day is, what is your favorite Dragon-type Pokemon? And personally, there are too many Dragon types here that I can't decide. Though, I believe my personal favorite is Haxorus from Gen 5, because when I was in Pokemon Showdown, I always had a Haxorus on my team that once I have Dragon Dance set up, it sweeps the board left and right. It has never let me down in Showdown, and it's making me want to try having a Haxorus now. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, and if Powers has a YouTube channel, I'll make sure to update, make sure you check out his channel, and that's about it. See you next time. Peace.